Yo, what's up guys? Your main man here, JayDany from Criptonx Studios. So, in a rapidly changing and highly competitive creative industry, you need just more than the talent to thrive and succeed. You need consistency, passion, and above all, you need credible platforms like this one to showcase your creativity. And that's why we bring to you a show where we delve into the creative minds of artistic trailblazers. A show where guests across different creative spectrum share their successes, hurdles, career experiences, and the inspiration that fuels their passion. Welcome to the Creative Joint. Let's go. So in today's episode, I have an incredible, super talented visual artist. He's a recording musician and currently the CEO of the Content Play Studio here in Lagos City. I'm talking of none other than my homeboy, Bode Blaq. How are you, man?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show. Handshake is
thanks for having me here.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
We couldn't wait to just smuggle you to the studio because we know there's a lot going on, and thanks for being here again. So what really is that thing that lured you or motivated you to getting into becoming a visual artist? Of course, you're a musician already.
Oh, okay.
What happened? What changed?
Okay, so my name is Bode Stephen, popularly known as Bode Blaq, and I can say I'm a full creative. And even before the music, the art part was there. Okay. I've been sketching since I can remember, as far back as I can remember. Wow. I'm that kid that whenever everybody's playing football or doing anything, I would just have my sketch pad and draw comics, draw future episodes of Super Strikers and all of that. So it got me a lot of popularity and all of that. So basically from secondary school, I used to be the Eminem of my set. I rap, just rap Eminem songs and all that. Then also I draw, I paint, and so it's always been I've always known I'm too creative to be in suit and tie. So I knew I had to create my own part, and navigating all of that is not the easiest because as a creative, you want to show your wild side, you want to show your intelligent side. It would have been easier if you were just, if I was just creative and also not intelligent, book smart. At least that's what some people class as intelligence. But also I was actually good in my academics also. So juggling everything, because at times I just feel, I'm meant to become a professor or become a doctor. Then at times I just be I should be a visual artist or true. But I think in 2016 I started music and I was doing more of rap music, but I love street music, so rap, street and all of that. I had my first UK tour. I think the first time I was ever out of the country was through the music. I had my first UK tour with Small Doctor. That was way back 2018, and ever since then I've been dropping songs. But I think also that 2018 I did my masters in media and mass communication, and because I had the mindset that I wanted to create a company where I can at least bring all my gifts together on that one platform. So I did my masters in media because I had my first degree in microbiology from Osho State University. So I went to PAU. I did my master's in media, mass and communication. So from there and then I started building my company while I was still active with the music. But the company got to some heights that I had to at least really focus on it. So right now, currently I've not dropped anything a year because I'm really focusing on in my music part. So but still, I'm still just juggling everything together. And now, you're creative yourself. So there's a narrative of everyone, the way they think it should be.
Yeah.
There's you fighting your demons, carrying your cross of being a creative, because I know you sing too. So you're carrying your cross of creativity and all of that. So like it's a lot. But
and juggling with business, managing the business.
Yeah, part, so there's a business side, there's a social side, there's a side that you just want to be alone and just do your thing and self-reflect. There's a side and there's also family. I'm also married, so
you have to give your time to, of course.
Yeah, so like and I have like a 8-month-old baby right now. Wow. So like it's a lot to juggle, and I thank God I'm taking it a day at a time.
Well, this tells you've been really busy with a handful of stuff to deal with. And it's really incredible to know how have you been managing all this, managing your career as a musician, as a visual artist, and also having time to create. It's actually amazing. So would you want to run us through? Because I always imagine whenever people say, whenever I see visual artists, of course I know they're all creative, right? Yeah. So how does your process work when you're like setting out to, bring out a new project as a visual artist?
So the thing is, just like inspiration of music, I feel I would say music is like the most expressive of them all, because when it comes to music, you can do everything together. So for instance, your artwork can show your what's it called, your visual side of the music. Your video can also show the visual side. So releasing a music project, you have everything all together. But like for artwork, it's quite like the same type of inspiration, but it only comes in images. So it starts with like a visual process, like you have the video playing in your mind. I want to create an artwork of a Bob Marley looking kind of man.
Yeah.
That smoke is coming out from his mouth. So like the visuals are playing in my head, and I'm like, okay, so how am I going to do this? At times, if I need to like really like, I'm struggling with the idea, I go on Pinterest, try and find like one or two like images for inspiration. Then at the end of the day, like, and also there was a time I ventured into Canva. So at times I take the image and manipulate it and do one or two things just to look at how it will look like. And there are just times that you just put the brush on the canvas and just let it take you. But that one is always long, in the sense that because you don't know where you are going, you can be on that same artwork for like weeks and months. So when I have like a time frame, I always like to go with a reference. But when I'm just playing around, I can just take 3 canvases, paint something yet. So I might be painting one thing, then I don't want that paint to waste.
Yeah.
I will take the paint, put it on another canvas to create something else. So like at times it's just playing around, and at times if I have like a paid commission or something, I just know, there must be a reference. I must get it done, and that's it for the art side.
Okay, that's amazing. So in all this, it tells that there's definitely a place for experimentation. So that means you don't just pick up the brush and voila,
Yeah. So for me, I was self-trained.
Okay.
So like I never went to any art school.
Oh, really?
I never went to any art school. So like it's just me having the confidence, like, I've always known that I can draw.
You can draw.
So from pencil sketch and all of that. I think when I finished my university while I was serving, I just decided, okay, I want to try out a new medium, which is pastel. Then I also money. I think I got a commission. I bought that pastel brush and pencil. I bought pastel. It's like chalk. Okay. Chalk material, but it's colored chalk.
That, because I'm not a visual artist.
So it's like colored chalk. Okay. So it's like powder. So I just bought it. I think I bought the first pack. That was like 12,000 naira. Then I tried. Then I sit down with YouTube. I watch how they do it, how they layer this thing. Wow. Then I did the first one. The first one was a little bit. Then the second one, it was mad. So like, I think it was my first time using oil paint was 2019. All these things are like very, very recent. But once I do 1, 2, and I master the medium.
Okay.
So like it's just the same thing done over and over and over and over again. So the more I do, the better. So if I want to try like a new thing, like I think like a month ago, someone in the New Horizon in the estate wanted to commission like a project, and I was very excited to be on that project because the last time I did something like that was like months ago. It was like years ago, like 3 years ago. It's called Impasto.
I saw a video of that. I was like, okay, this dude is really up for
Impasto. So you just take the knife, you pack paint, then you just be putting it line by line. So there's no time for brush.
Wow.
So Impasto. So when the person told me he wants something like this, and I saw this, I was like, okay, do you know what you're going to do for me? It's been long I've done this thing. You're going to just give me like 2 weeks. So I have to practice with like other works.
Okay.
Then when I practice with other works, when I do like 2 or 3, then the next one, the third one will be your project. And don't worry, I'm going to kill it.
That must be time consuming, I guess.
Yeah, so it's me paying the dues for not practicing that style.
Okay.
So like, but basically like, if you really want a good piece of art, you can give an artist a month. You can, because depending on what you want to create. Wow. So it's just about trying and experimenting, like you rightly said. Yeah,
definitely. Of course, just like in music, of course, you don't just go to the microphone.
Yes, so
you have to experiment what works and what doesn't work. That's amazing. It tells your hands has truly been, full with a lot of
as well
process, and big up for that. So
thanks.
We also understand that you've been able to commission at least 20 plus art and deliver to your clients all over the world.
Yeah.
So in all of these projects that you've been able to deliver, which particular one would you say is like the most amazing that you've done so far, and why is that?
So you remember the one I told you about, the pastel?
Yeah.
So in my studio, I think I have over like 40 something artworks there right now, but there are some that I would not take out of my bedroom.
Okay.
I can't even, like, if someone even give me like 3 million or 4 million, 5 million right now for one particular piece, I won't take it, because I see all of them as like my babies. And I just want to just live around the artwork. I just want to live in the presence of the artwork and just look at the artwork.
What's the story or the?
So I call this particular artwork. I will probably send you the picture, so you can put it on here. I call it Rasta.
Okay.
It was done with pastel, and this artwork took me like, I think 2.5 months.
Wow.
So like it has like almost 6 layers of pastel. So it's like hyperrealism, and it has been in my room for like 3 years now. Aside that, I worked on a recent project also, which is called Beyond the Ruins, and it's like a surrealism type of painting. So surrealism is when you had like fiction.
Okay.
Fiction, like when you have like a fictional storyline to a particular artwork. So it's about there is a nuclear apocalypse, like the world ends based on nuclear weapons, and then there are, humans were already building bunkers and all of that, so we went to hide. But the wild stayed out. The wild stayed out, like the monkeys and everything. So the monkeys now mutated to the point whereby they had like colorful feathers.
Okay. They
have like, instead of just furs, they started growing feathers so as to bounce off the radioactive water from the clouds. Like everything is already uranium and everything in the atmosphere. So, and they became so beautiful.
Wow.
They became strong, they became big, and I have like 6 artworks on that series, and it's been something we've been working on for 2 years now. Hopefully before the end of this year we'll be able to exhibit.
Wow.
So like it's I would send pictures to this effect,
we would like to
and
see
it's a beautiful project, because I had to create a world in my head. I had to create what the world will look like after a nuclear weapon. Like imagine the Russia going against US, and like at least let's say like 6 nukes.
Yeah, that can
they land. So like in splits of a second. So and I was able to create this fictional ape looking characters that are out of this world. Like when you see them, you would even want, like, if you believe my story, if you believe my narrative, you want the apocalypse to happen so you can see those. Then the humans came out in one of the series. They were on gas masks and everything, and they couldn't compete in that environment anymore. So the apes became the alpha.
Wow. So
all these things now is like I'm living my childhood memory of writing comics. So that time we'll draw the comics, but now we're creating it into series. So I think the most important thing for me, either music, and one thing, it wasn't like I was really too big in the music scene, but there's one thing a lot of industry people used and respected me for, and it's the creativity I put into the music. So like every project, I'm always like very going into the fine details and trying to like create something unique from the rest.
Well, bro, I think right now I'm actually seeing you in a different light. Usually I talk to and I have a couple of visual artists friends, and I just think it's just something they just, of course, because you're good at it already. But apparently this takes a lot of work and imagination, crazy imagination for you to create.
And funny enough, I think as good as this project sounds and as good as this project looks, I've been rejected in like, let's say 3 galleries.
But that's usually the whole point.
I've been rejected in like 3 galleries.
That's part of your story.
And it's so interesting that it pushed me to work on so many crazy things. So right now, I've been able to, with my incredible team, we've been able to infuse AR, augmented reality, to our artworks.
We're actually going to come.
So we have artworks right now that when you put your camera in front of it, like this ape series, it starts moving. Wow. So like the beautiful part is, for every creative out there, bro, like, it is how you feel about your project. That is just the most important thing. So, because some people, they might see your craft. It's not even about, they don't like it. They might even be scared of what you bring into the table.
The point is not just who's saying it. You should already know that rejection is a part of
it's part of the journey. Yeah.
Like, one man could reject an art piece today, and the next year he sees that this art piece is worth $1 billion. It's not a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm very sure that
in Van Gogh, all through his life, he hated his artworks.
Exactly.
He would always say, people always say his artwork is not good enough.
That he
would paint. But like now he had like thousands of artworks in his existence. Now is the generation, he died poor. It's the generation after him, they're selling every of his piece like crazy money.
So that's it.
So it's part of the process.
I'm glad you understand that.
Yeah.
So let's go to your environment, because I know very well when we're talking about creativity, the environment you find yourself can actually contribute to that, right? It is either your environment is motivating you to do more, or your environment is actually sucking up from you. So how has been the kind of environment, in this case I'm talking of Lagos State generally, and the particular location where you and I happen to live? So how has this environment contributed to what you're doing creatively as a visual artist?
So first of all, me personally, I don't think you and I live in Lagos.
Right.
In the sense that shout out to New Horizon, to beautiful estate, beautiful work. So I think I moved in, I think that was like 2018.
Yeah.
And we are not living in Lagos. Because for an estate to be managed by like the inhabitants, and it should be that well managed, like compared to other estates, and they're keeping everything like it's a friendly environment. So now let's now leave the environment. Now I now started my business. So the business means, even when I'm not in the mood, when I come downstairs and I see my videographers just seated, and I see my creative directors just not doing anything, like, guys, let's create. So like surrounding myself with that environment, and probably like working from home, thanks to New Horizon too, because definitely power is out of the picture, water is out of the picture. That is why we're not living in Lagos. So it's more like I'm living in Berlin, I'm living in Vienna, because there's really nothing different aside the fact that you see a lot of white people. So basically, at the end of the day, it's just, I had to make a conscious, because this is before I had like my company set up, you always have like different guys come around, these things now, artist lifestyle and everything. And it's very hard to like figure out the people that are really about creating and the ones that are just there to like waste time or while away time and irrelevant conversations. But when you have like, you work from home and you have like 6, 7, 8, 9 people in the same space with you, and at the end of the month, they need to get paid because they are working for you. Number one, you have to make sure that they keep working. So even if you don't have jobs outside, I need to create jobs for them to do, because they must, at least at the end of the month, all I know I need to worry about is getting them paid. So I think that decision for me to like set up was really like a catalyst to a lot of things that I later achieved. and I've been blessed with amazing people. Shout out to Alvin. He's like one of my longest staff, and he's very intelligent. You know, like when you tell someone, and another person, shout out to Kazi. Another, like when you tell someone, oh, I want you to figure out so and so and so and so. Yeah, and it's not even their vision.
He knows how to deliver.
But some people are so amazing that they can just, once you tell them something, till they get that thing, they won't rest. So like, I'm sure everyone is blessed with all those kind of people, and I can't complain in terms of the environment. So
basically for you,
yeah,
your environment is a plus.
It is everything. I don't even go out.
Right.
I don't go out. I'm just always indoors and all that.
Well, that's amazing. Good to know, because I know, the Lagos environment that we live, can be so chaotic at some point that sometimes.
Are you sure our own environment is chaotic?
No, but truly.
Okay.
I mean the Lagos environment. I didn't say. Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm still here with an incredibly super talented creative personality we have on the show today. He goes by the name Bode Blaq.
Yeah.
We're talking generally creativity around what he does as a creative person. And in case you haven't subscribed to our channel and you're still thinking about it, can you do so? Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment, a like, so whenever we share content, you'll be the first to know. All right. So, Bode Blaq, we're actually going to go into a quick game segment.
Okay.
It's called the quick game, as the name implies. So basically it says, in 60 seconds, try to answer as many questions as
possible.
All right. And if there's any question you can't find an immediate answer to, just say pass.
Okay.
Right? That way we can move to the next set of questions.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, timekeepers, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so if your art was a flavor, what would it taste like?
If
your art piece
was a flavor?
Yeah, what would it taste like?
Black coffee.
Oh, nice. What's the weirdest thing that inspired one of your creation?
Heartbreak.
Oh, nice. Describe your creative process in 3 emojis.
Angry emoji, the confused emoji, and the is it relaxed?
It has
emoji?
to be fast. It has to be fast. But that's
relaxed emoji. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Lucas Graham.
Okay. Yeah. So, what's your go-to karaoke song while painting?
Mockingbird.
Okay. If you could only use one color for the rest of your life to paint, what color would it be?
Black.
Oh, black. What's the strangest place you've ever found inspiration for your project?
It's not strange. Pass.
Time is going fast. Okay. If your life was a movie, what would be the title track?
Against All Odds.
Okay. If you could have a superpower to aid your creative process, what would it be?
To know what's on someone else's mind.
Okay. What's the most used instrument you've used, while creating a project?
Brush.
Describe your creative process in 3 words.
Confused, clarity, and happiness.
If you could time travel to any artistic era, which would it be?
70s.
If you could have any animal sidekick to assist in your creative process, what animal will it be?
Dog.
A dog. Okay. If you could trade talent with any artist for just one day, who would it be? The time is going.
Pass.
So I guess the time is almost done. So choose between the two. A chance to collaborate with your favorite artist of all time, or $10 million.
No, the money is important. We use the money to do a lot right now,
The answer, and I'm sure the time is been up. All right, guys. So you'll see how many questions that Bode Blaq has been able to answer.
Sorry, I was quite slow.
Within the time, and we move on. Right, we're still with Bode. We know it can be challenging as a creative, generally. So what are the challenges that are peculiar to you as a visual artist, musician, that you'd say you're still tackling and having to deal with them every day as you create?
So for the music part, it's no news that music is quite expensive. So I think at times the financial capability to bring some visions to life has really dulled or delayed So, like everything is like ginger.
Yeah.
So like if at times when you delay some ideas, even when you now later do it, it might not be what you want anymore. Yeah. So there's nothing like, oh, you have this idea and you want to create it and you create it right away. And the funniest thing is, a lot of people think because, for instance, because you own like a creation studio, a production studio, they think it's cheap. Yeah. For you to also create. It's still not cheap. It's sad. I tell people like content is expensive. Like even if you own everything, it is still expensive to create. So I think finance is something that would forever be an issue. But also it also helps bring out some more creativity, because when you want to cut the corners and try to create irregardless, then you're being creative also. So I think that's it.
That's amazing. Yeah. Because this is one major challenge that I know we all deal with as creative. No matter how high there you are.
That's why I will take that $10 million.
Exactly. That's quite smart, So, as a creative person, of course, we get inspiration from different sources. Yeah. Would you say inspire you the most, or who are the artists that you would say to Bode Blaq? These are like people that inspire me to want to create what I create, or to get to the place that I am today.
Okay, so I think a Fowls, and then one of the moments that I would never forget was. So I was already listening to Fowls, and that was like 2014 when I was serving NYC. So they invited Fowls to like our camp to come and perform. So he came to perform. I know his song. A couple of us Lagos guys that were trending, we know his songs. Then he came with like a big agbada and everything. He performed. All those Igbo people, because he's in Oyo State now, so there are a lot of Igbo coppers and all of that from all around. So they didn't know him, so they booed him off the stage and all of that. So Dami Crane was the headliner.
Yeah, man.
So Dami Crane
was bloody big.
Dami Crane was the headliner. So all the girls, everybody were trooping as Dami Crane was leaving the stage, and they all walked past me and Fowls. And so it was me, like two other people that went to go and meet Fowls. And I didn't know when I was telling him, bro, you are super talented. Don't worry, you are going to blow. He was sweaty because they didn't really have like a backstage or something. So he was just sitting down there. So I was just telling him, blah, 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 blah. And funny enough, like he motivated me in the sense that he was the first person that made me know that to some extent you can have your reputation like from his father's side to keep. You can be book smart and you can still like face what you really want to do.
Yeah, as a creative.
Yeah. But along the line, funny enough, I've never told him this, and I've been with him like almost 3 times. And it's funny in the sense that I was just, at that moment, it was all I needed to make up my mind that, bro, once I come out this camp, I could face this music thing. You understand? So on that side, yes, I think Fowls is there.
As a visual artist.
As a visual artist, there are a number of them. Yeah. But what I would say is, I have like a playlist on YouTube, and there are a couple of artists on there. I have what's the name of this guy? So I have a couple of them, but the most important thing is that they are unconventional and they don't box themselves. Okay. So those are the type of people that like really motivate
Generally, what you're saying is, of course, you didn't just fall from the sky and
inspire.
That's a good thing, because of course, as creative, there's where you get to a point, like your creativity is like it's blonde. Yeah. You just need to get, some more inspiration from people that are already doing it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
There's a Devon Rodriguez. Okay. So this guy goes on trains and all of that. I think he's one of the
guy on Instagram.
Yeah. So he just goes on train. He draws people.
It's crazy.
And now, guess what he does now? He just comes, he walks up to you on the street, then he tells you, he wants to have like a quick chat with you. Yeah. Then as you're talking, he's painting you and he's asking you real life questions. So like, it's just all about creating at the end of the day. I might decide for the next 3 months, I want to practice my painting to the extent of like my still life painting to that level and all of that. But it's his own journey, and he's just living it out. No rules, no, because he was very good with pencil sketch. When I saw him moving to painting on the spot, I'm like, bro, there's nothing you can't achieve if you put your mind to it.
Your art pieces, in all that you've done, of course, there's always way for you to showcase them, right?
Yeah.
You won't just keep, like you mentioned, you have some that particularly in your bedroom, but you have some you really want to, be proud of. So how can people reach out, or where are there galleries where people can go find your art pieces? And
Yeah, so I am planning to have my own gallery. And it's a plan in action, but for now, leveraging on technology again, you can go to www.wikiarts.com. So you find my pieces, that's although that's a website. So the site is under, we're trying to put e-commerce fully into it, so you can just go there, buy prints and buy artwork. So by ending of this month, we're sure everything will be good.
I think that's a good place for us to leave it, Mr. Bode.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Mr. JayDany.
And thank you for coming. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with an incredible talent. I must tell you, he's a visual artist, a recording musician, and currently the MD and CEO of The Content Place. So you want to check him out and see what he does, on his social media handles. Of course, you can see them on the screen right now.
Okay.
So, and if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, I can't say this enough. Kindly do leave us a subscription.
Please subscribe.
And subscribe. You heard from Bode again. Comment. Let us know what you think we can do better to further improve the show and what you want to see next. And if you're a creative out there, you want to be on the show, we're open to work with you. Kindly reach out to us. All right, guys. Your main man here, JayDany. It's been a pleasure presenting. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.